farmers will be paid for caring for England's soils for the first time next year. According to The Guardian, when the first stage of the government's new support payments begin, this is huge for both farmers and the environment, and is a very positive step in the right direction in terms of taking care of our climate. Stick around for all the details. Farmers will be paid to look after England's soil health next year. Great news for farmers based in the UK. Starting in 2022, the first stage of England's government's new support payments begins, where farmers will be rewarded for looking after England's soil. This has never been done before, and many are excited to see how it all plays out. Others, not so much. Environmentalists have been slamming the measures as ineffective, accusing government officials of never following through on their promises to boost environmental laws and minimize the negative effects of agriculture. Farmers in the UK will receive anywhere between 20 and 58 pounds per hectare if they partake in basic soil protection and nurturing measures. And one of the best parts, it should be eligible to any and every farm. These payments will cover arable soils which aid in crop production, along with moorland, grassland, and other soils. The payments are expected to total £900 million each year till the end of the year 2024, following plenty of government promises to focus more on the health of UK soil, which happens to be a critical storage of carbon. Soil protection was picked as the first source of payment. Some of the things farmers will need to perform to receive the payments include sowing cover crops on bare soil during the colder months. Since bare soils are very prone to erosion and runoff, it's essential to cover their fields with a crop that is able to return plenty of nutrients to the soil. However, the presidents of some of UK's largest conservation and environmental organizations, the RSPB, the Wildlife Trust, and the National Trust, have accused the British government of failing to acknowledge the critical need for farming that is much more environmentally friendly. All three groups cited the severe decline in native species over the past 3 decades, stating that this initiative will likely not do that much for the environment now as a lot of the damage has already been done. Next, the purpose of the scheme. The Sustainable Farming Incentive is a new environmental land management program that will compensate farmers who use more environmentally friendly farming methods. Because the government intends to bring more land and more farms into environmental management than ever before, the program will be applicable to all types of farms, building on the already great practices on many farms. They want the Sustainable Farming Incentive to give new methods for farmers to be rewarded for those who are already participating in schemes. The program is being developed to appeal to a wide range of farmers so that the large-scale advantages for the climate, environment, and animal health and welfare can be realized as soon as possible during the transition period. Farmers will eventually most likely have to sign environmental land management contracts, which states that they promise to take active steps to protect water and air quality and offer wildlife habitat in exchange for compensation. Funding for fundamental environmental measures will be collected through the Sustainable Farming Initiative. Farming groups have cautiously welcomed the new regulations, which the government stated is designed to be easy to apply for, flexible, and avoid punitive circumstances in the event of unintentional violations, but some are concerned they will not go far enough. It remains to be seen whether this incentive will work and motivate farmers to care for their soil. Next up, plastic use in farming is becoming disastrous. According to a research from the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization, the disastrous way in which plastic is utilized in farming around the world is endangering food safety and maybe human health. It claims that soils have more microplastic pollution than seas, and there is irrefutable proof of the need for improved management of millions of tons of plastics used in the food and farming systems each year, from irrigation and silage sacks to fishing gear and tree guards. The report recognizes the value of plastic in the production and protection of food. However, the FAO stated that plastic use had become widespread and that the majority of plastics were now single-use and were buried, burned, or lost after use. It also forewarned of a rise in agricultural plastics consumption. The microplastics created when larger plastics are broken down are of increasing worry, according to the paper. People and wildlife absorb microplastics, and some of them contain hazardous chemicals and can even carry diseases. Eating plastics causes harm to some marine animals, but nothing is known about the impact on land animals or humans. Soils are the foundation of life and land, but the FOA warned in December 2020 that without action to reverse degradation, their future looked bleak. Microplastic contamination is a worldwide issue that can be found anywhere from the top of Mount Everest to the deepest ocean tunnels. According to the FOA data, 12.5 million tons of plastic materials were used in plant and animal agriculture in 2019, with another 37.3 million tons used in food packaging. We all know how much plastic is getting disposed of in the ocean, but plastic in farms is never really spoken about. However, it is clearly a very prevalent issue. Now, let's talk about the importance of investing in small farms. With skyrocketing food costs putting millions of people in danger of starvation, the UN's International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, is urging governments and the private sectors to increase investments in small-scale agriculture that focuses on locally produced nutritious food. According to research, small farms with a lifestyle focus make up a significant portion of the rural population in Australia and around the world. Previous research has shown that they differ from mainstream commercial farms in terms of their traits, values, attitudes, and land use factors. Price of basics like cereals and vegetable oils, as well as healthful meals like fruits, vegetables, and fish, have risen by 5 to 17% for millions of individuals in developing countries. This has a negative impact on the most vulnerable groups who spend a significant portion of their income on food. Small farms, which provide a third of the world's food, grow more diverse crops than large farms and play an important role in producing more diverse diets. Furthermore, increased yields in small-scale agriculture contribute to improved incomes for rural poor people, increasing their opportunity to purchase more healthy meals. Many developing countries can enhance local food production while reducing their reliance on food imports by investing in small-scale farmers and agribusiness. Hunger, lack of access to good meals, and malnutrition have all grown since 2015 as a result of climate change, economic shocks, conflict, and most recently, the effects of the COVID-19 epidemic. Due to high costs, 3 billion people cannot afford to eat a balanced diet. 1 out of every 10 people, up to 811 million, is hungry, and 1 out of every 4 children under the age of 5 is stunted or too short for their age. You can see just how prevalent this issue is and how important it is for governments around the globe to invest more money into developing small farms. Now, some more benefits of small farming. There are endless benefits for small farming, which is why many are pushing the government, requesting that they invest more of their funds into small farming. Here are a few other benefits of small farms. Firstly, to improve the health of the global population. People can receive seasonal, raw fruits and vegetables from local and regional farms. Fresh, healthy food may provide an alternative to the typical unhealthy American diet, which now consists primarily of corn and wheat in various forms. Next, to create more jobs. According to the USDA, $1 million in sales in local food markets supports 13 jobs, according to only 3 jobs in markets that do not specialize on local or regional foods. Even better, according to a market research produced by the Union of Concerned Scientists, moderate public support for up to 500 farmers markets per year might create up to 13,500 jobs over a 5-year period. Finally, it brings food and community together. Small farms let people reconnect with the food they eat and the land they live on. You may view the plants as they sprout and anticipate the food for the season if your food comes from a farm down the road. It's also a reminder that the food you eat is made by the people's heart and hands, not just a corporate label. And there you have it, everything you need to know about the recent news regarding farmers in England and the new incentives that will pay farmers to take care of their soil. Additionally, we also touched on the disastrous use of plastics in farming and why small farms are so vital in the global agricultural industry. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new upcoming content. Thanks for watching.